Hi, I'm Gracie, and I'm Cal's admin again, and I'm going to do Ask Admin Part 2. This is 2, and I'm awkwardly over here because it's actually daytime. I'm doing stuff in the daytime. Okay, let's get to this. Okay, so Ask Flex. I can never pronounce the last part of your username. Ask Flex says, what would Cal look like if he had an afro? Now this, I feel like, is something that should have been drawn, but luckily I have paper right here, so we're going to do a quick little doodle of that. Let's see. There's Cal with an afro. There's a blue afro. He also asked later, would it affect his social life or anything? I feel like he'd get a lot less attention from the ladies. At least he used to get a lot, which surprised me because it's genocide. But so I guess it would affect it in that manner. Also, it was meant to work his mom or his dad would have had to have an afro, like, I mean, style hair. That'd be weird. Okay. Next, ask Yilla. I say it Yilla. I hope that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. I love the girl. Okay, 2 questions. How is your art so beautiful? Not as great as like a lot of people in this community. And what would the universe explode if Cal and Callie met? See, okay. Cal and Callie are they're supposed to be essentially the same character because, you know, Callie's just Cal's gender bend. But I did so much with Callie with one of Godfriends or Pyrofriends, whatever his name is now, OC Loomis, that but I don't even know if that's happening. It's really confusing. But if Cal and Callie were to be put in the same vicinity, I don't think they'd like each other very much. Because they don't really like themselves very much. Oh, angsty. I've got issues with myself, so that's them in a nutshell. No, not really. They can be. But I feel like it's like when you're put in a room with like someone who's a lot like you just kind of tend to butt heads. Either that or your best friend. But I feel like in this situation they'd butt heads, and then the universe might actually explode. Okay. Ask Malachite, who I also adore, crazy Asian, says, ask all the questions! How are you so sugoi kawaii desu ne? Oh, I try. Desu. No, we're done. Okay. What are all your OTPs? Doesn't have to be characters, it can be like people too, whatever, just go list them. Okay. OTPs. Oh my gosh. I'll try to keep this Adventure Time. I really like Pyro and Kira, who is one of Ask Serena's OCs. They're super cute and will have beautiful glass babies. And I feel like creepy because I like it's like I'm shipping it, but I have like all I do is like stalk their RPs. That's creepy. Also, Ask Malachite's admin and business. I mean, what? And, Finn and Flame Princess, that's a canon thing. What is canon? I did really like Callie and Loomis for a while. I did. I loved it a lot. But it's not a thing anymore. I have no idea what goes on with that. Oh, Teacher's Pet. A moment of appreciation for Teacher's Pet. It's a crack ship, and it's an AU of an AU, but it's just glorious. And Leonie's admin is just a perfect person all around, and I adore her to no end. Okay, why is Tex such a dick? Because he's Tex. Oh gosh, that's not legitimate. I I really when I first started creating Tex, I was really scared to go near him just because I had no idea what he was going to do because of the way Cal was created. There were so many loose ends that I had to tie up, and Tex was one of these loose ends that, and at first he was supposed to be really nice and kind of sweet and just, like, scared of everything. And so he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off guard. I hope this is okay. I'm really sorry. I didn't interrupt anything. I just kind of need this for a project." And then I decided that's not fun. I do enough characters that are like kind of withdrawn or nice, and there's always gonna be that jackass somewhere. And I thought it might be fun to try and having a really rude character. And he's a little boy. I mean, he's 12, so I guess not that little. He's a little boy, and he's very privileged, and he's very smart, and he knows it. And so you put that together, and you get a little brat who is very much a crybaby, and used to getting what he wants, and he's really confused when he doesn't, and so that just causes him to lash out even more. And then there's this whole society that I've been creating around him, not so much lately as I used to, but like stuff about Texas people and like where he's from just like randomly get created. Just like if someone says to me, like Tex technically has no gender. That was something that was brought up. And it's like his people, sometimes they prefer masculinity or femininity, and it doesn't really matter because if you have a couple, they can like do whatever they want as far as reproduction goes because there's some kind of like spacey people, and one of them can decide to be the more feminine, one can be the more masculine, or they can just both be feminine, they can both be masculine, and it's crazy, and I have lots of stupid little headcanons about Tex, and I won't ramble on about them, but I just love the fact that he's a jackass. Like, I mean, compared to the rest of my characters, he's really rude, and it's really fun to RP, even though I don't get to RP Tex very often. It's just kind of like, I have a really bad habit of not knowing how to respond to RPs, especially with Cal, because technically he's not supposed to really talk to that many people, because Cal has a very strict storyline in my head that I'm trying to just like execute as I go along. So if you say something to Cal and he takes a while to reply, it's really me trying to figure out why he would be talking to you and stuff like that. And it's like I'm not trying to ignore you. That'd be bad. That'd be mean. I'm not. I process it. But then with like Tex, anytime someone talks to him, he's just like, "What do you want? Why are you talking to me? Why do you think you have the right to talk to me? You're stupid. Go away." No. It's probably just because you're stupid. And I always feel like I need to apologize out of character when I talk to people when I'm RPing with Tex, because he really is such a jerk. There was one thing on Tumblr, and I felt like I was harassing this girl almost, but it was. She was like, it's okay, I know it's a character." Okay, that took a while. What do you think of my characters? Anything you like that sort of stands out? Where do I even begin? If you are watching this and you have yet to check out Ask Malachite, you really, really, really need to. Because she thinks out everything about these characters of hers. She has built this whole society from the ground up. She could tell you about their culture, about their personalities and why it's like that, and like everything down to like their bone structure and how much they weigh and why. And she posts all these fabulous little tidbits of knowledge about her OCs and about their society, and they're just so unbelievably fascinating. And it's like, and you go and you look at her, and she's been around for like, what is it, like 5 or 6 months, and she doesn't even have 2,000 page views yet, which is a crime, which is an absolute crime. She deserves so much more than she gets. Oh my gosh. Like, you just look at it and be amazed. Like, if you've seen Askjustcal, who I also positively adore because of how insanely creative and well thought out she is, if you've seen Yoid and you are like, whoa, like, because of how she, like, figures out all this stuff. Both of them together, like, I saw them have a conversation and it blew my mind. They were having a conversation about, like, the molecular structures of their OCs, and I'm like, what is happening here? What is happening here? Like, okay, but this is supposed to be about Malachite. Malachite is great, and she is, one thing that, okay, Malachite's admin always talks about how they, magnet people go through this bipolar stage, and, I know she's told me a lot about, like, Bismuth's bipolar stage, in which he was, like, how he is now, or this, like, psycho crazy. I guess it's something I could just ask personally, but I'd like to hear a lot more about, like, how some of your characters were in their other bipolar stage, like Zach. Like, was he really nice, and was he really, like, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know how to word this nicely. Was he, like, touchy? You know what I mean? Okay, I think there's another one. Oh, Cal doesn't really seem like the pacifist type. Why is he? Now, initially, the whole, Cal's a pacifist was only going to be when he, when he didn't have his memories. Because it was kind of a subconscious thing, you know, he kind of, you know, killed his sister, and he didn't remember it, but something in the back of his head told him he didn't like violence, and, like, he really didn't like violence, and so that just translated into he doesn't want to fight. But then I started thinking about it, him as a character, he really wouldn't do a lot of fighting. I mean, in his past, like, there wasn't a lot of reason. The only things that he would have to face, he would have to, like, physically fight, would be, like, the wolves that he would encounter every now and then going back and forth to the shopping kingdom. And, just, he's generally, well, at least he was generally very laid back and, just kind of chill. And so it's almost like one of those, like, I don't know, it's just, it wouldn't be something very important to him. And, while he is the most manly character I've ever created, so that's not really saying much. He, then again, not wanting to fight doesn't exactly take away masculinity, but I just can't see him actually getting into a fight. Unless you're really, really, really ticking him off, like saying something bad about it, like Lilac with Joanna. You can trash talk his dad all you want. He doesn't give a care. I can't wait to elaborate on that. Relationship, because they have the most beautiful relationship. But, like, it's just, he doesn't see the need to fight. And I guess when it boils down to it, it could be argued that maybe it's not completely pacifism, because it's not that because it's not necessarily that he doesn't believe in it, but it's just, he doesn't see the point in it. Maybe I just completely contradicted myself, and that's completely possible, and this has been 15 minutes. This has been 15 minutes of Gracie talking. Ah, I'm sorry. Oh. If you watched all of this, you're a beautiful, beautiful person.